Congratulations, you have finished the final project of this course. This is yet another great achievement on your journey with Raspberry Pi and Arduino. And now, well, even if this project is finished and correctly working, there are many things you could work on to improve it or add new functionalities. The most interesting thing you could do is to adapt the project for your own needs. For example, if you want to implement an intercom system where you live. And then if you are still craving some more practice, here are a few suggestions of things you could work on. So for the LCD screen, you could make the text move if you have more than 32 characters. Okay, so you can display everything, even longer texts. You could also add a Telegram callback, so you can send custom text from Telegram to the LCD. So we've already done that actually before in a previous activity, but you could add that to the project. So for example, if you recognize someone on the photo, you can say, for example, "Hello John, how are you?" Or just send a message like, "After the door, just go right and third door on the left." Then about the servo, so I've told it before, but you can attach it to a real door mechanism and define the opening and closing speed. So this would be the more mechanical part to the project, okay, where you will have to basically experiment, find out how you can attach to a door mechanism or just any mechanism that's gonna allow a door to be opened. And then, well, maybe define an opening and closing speed, because for some mechanism, if you try to go too fast, that's gonna apply too much torque on the servo and it's not gonna like it. So maybe you need to go slower. But these, of course, there are millions possibilities. It really depends on the physical configuration you have for your door or the mechanism. For the camera, you could take a video instead of a photo. Okay, so you send a few seconds video to Telegram. You could also, and that's something different, you can also diffuse a video string with the MJPEG streamer. So that's something you can check on the internet. And that's also something you could use for a surveillance system. So basically with this streamer, you can have an URL you're gonna check. And in this URL, you're gonna have a constant stream of video, which is maybe better than just one photo. But it is also more complex, and I will leave you to it. You can decide to do this if you want to. You can also enable or disable the message sending from Telegram. So basically what I mean by that is that from Telegram you have the open, the deny, and the start commands. You could also add enable or disable, so that basically you don't receive any notification from the Raspberry Pi. So when you send disable in the Raspberry Pi, whenever someone presses on the push button, well, you're not gonna do anything because you don't want to receive messages on Telegram. And when you send enable, well, you allow the application to send you some messages and some photos. Another improvement here could be that if you don't have any response after you press the button, for example after 30 seconds, you could come back to the default state, because what's happening here is that once you have pressed on the push button, you're only going to come back to the default state after you have received a response, so an open door or a denied access response. And so if no one is answering, well, the state is just gonna be stuck in the please wait. Okay, so maybe you want to come back to the initial state with another message, for example, that no one could answer your request, and then come back to the initial state after 30 seconds, 1 minute, as you want. And one thing you could also do, and this has nothing to do with the functionalities, but more with the code, is to optimize the code with multiple files. So we have just used one file for Arduino and one file for the Python program. Okay, what you could do is to separate the different functionalities and implement them on different files that you're gonna call from your main file and use them here. And so you're gonna have a better code organization, and your code is also going to be more scalable in the future. And well, this list is not exhaustive. Those were just a few ideas and suggestions. I encourage you to come up with your own ideas and implement them so you can practice more and improve the project for your own needs. And well, once again, congratulations for finishing this project. This is the end of the project. Let's go to the conclusion section of the course.